All right, we'll get it going here in a minute. Sam, I'm gonna make you a co-host. I sent you an invite. I'm trying to get Aldo in here too. I just sent him a DM. So 3 p.m. a little bit different than normal. It's been a different week. My schedule's been a little different. So yeah, I wanted to get everybody in here. We got updates. I'm sure everybody wants to talk about. So I will get as many people in here as want to talk. UK, I guess, had one at the same time. I was not aware of that, so I am recording this just to give you a heads up. Sam, how are you, man?
Hey man, I'm good. I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having the space. Thank you for the co-host. I might not be able to speak a lot because I'm on the move, but I'll gladly co-host and maintain here. Yeah, man. It's our 1 month anniversary, and as I said this morning, look at us now, man. Look at us getting organized, getting our thing together. Everyone trying to find his role in this, and it's amazing. It's the effect that community, that company, that business have on each and single individual. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. The support, the way we help each other, the way we, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just amazing. Honestly. I don't know what to say. I'm very excited today because the community is really beyond anything, and I'm starting to notice this. How? I just moved to a new country, and already 3 or 4 people from the community are stepping up to help me with tricks and tips here locally. This is amazing. This is awesome. Like, I know for a fact I can trust them. And if they're doing also these efforts, it's because they know for a fact they can trust me in return. You know what I mean? If they're referring me to their friend or something because they know for a fact they trust me a bit that I'm not going to screw up this relationship with that person. Do you see what I mean? And that's amazing. I'm loving this in the community. The community is key. Literally, it's the key to anything. Any other coin in the past that got famous, that got viral. It wasn't the coin itself because it didn't have any utility. It was the community behind it, pumping it, and pumping it again. So now you have a community doing this, and on the other hand,
We still hear you? Shit. Let me add you as a speaker. Hold on. I'm trying to add Aldo as a co-host. It will only allow 2 co-hosts. Yeah, let me get you back up here, brother. I thought it would keep you up as a speaker, man. My
you
bad. Go ahead.
just removed me in the middle of my momentum, and
No,
I'm like, you
the
know
only thing I
what?
took off was the co-host.
And I was talking about the community, and someone kicks me out.
So what it should do is when I take off the co-host tag, it should make you as a speaker. That's what it should do, but it wasn't doing that. So
So
go ahead though. But you said adjusting to Costa Rica has been easier because of everybody here. That's what you're saying.
because yes, because there has been members in the community stepping up, giving me tips and tricks inside here locally, how to do this, how to do that, introducing me to people that can help me. And I know for a fact I can trust their reference the same way they know for a fact they can trust me referring me to the people they know. And that's amazing. This is what it's all about. This amazing community. And happy anniversary once again to everyone.
Cool. We might not get as many people in here as normal. It's just because my schedule's a little different this week. So I got it recorded so everybody can listen later. Like that's the whole purpose is to get like at least an hour and a half in here because I know everybody's schedules are different. We're dealing with a group that's got different time zones, different countries. So normally I do these at night. Today I need to do this. You got an NFL opener tonight, so I'm gonna watch that with a friend. So I wanted to get this done during the day. Aldo, how's it going, man?
I'm good. I'm good. My apologies for being late, everyone. I was actually finishing up a meeting in preparation for things that are coming in the near future. I'll leave it at that. As the sticker that was well made by Steve of me says every time, Aldo says, I'll leave it at that. And I'll leave it at that. But we already know some great things that were announced yesterday, obviously. And again, I say it always, what is it? More tangibility. And that's what it is, right? I've been saying it from the beginning. I will say it forever because that's what Dub Corporation does. That's what Dub Corporation is, basically. There is a space obviously scheduled for later today from Crypto Wolfie himself, where he does say, be ready to take notes. I second that motion. Be ready to take notes. And I'll leave that at that as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, our community is growing. I look at the numbers, I'm going, wow, great. I see people joining. I see people getting more involved. I see more spaces popping up. I see more tweets happening. My timeline on Twitter is filled with just Dub Corporation and Dubx, and that puts a huge smile on my face every single time I go on it. The ambassador count is growing. I should be confirming a couple more today. I confirmed the country of Jordan earlier this morning, my time. I should have uh, New Zealand confirmed today as well, or by latest tomorrow, and a few others. So we are spreading worldwide. We are in every continent. The word is getting out there. Thank you, community. Thank you, obviously, brothers and sisters, for your amazing work. I am so honored and proud to be able to work alongside you. I see the knowledge growing. I see the questions being asked and the answers being answered swiftly and correctly. Guys, brothers, sisters, family, this is what a movement does. This is exactly what Chris had mentioned last week, the week before, how we grow, how we unite, how we get this thing done. Look at where we are now, and I always say, remember these days, because these will be the greatest days for the beginning of what we're doing. People will know our names. Believe me when I tell you that. They will. Because we are here from day one. We are here from the ground floor. People will come in, they will ask, we will answer. They will then take that and bring others in. But it remains on us to always do it. If you are attending Crypto Wolfie's space later, please retweet the space as you should have already retweeted this space. It is the only way others that are out there busy doing their things will say, hey, there's a space going on. What? Dubx? Yeah, that's great. Dub Corporation, let me go give it a listen. That is the minimum of your responsibility to do, is to retweet the space, and we all know it takes, what, 2 seconds? If at that? It's 2 clicks, basically. That's all it is. You know? So let's start there. Let's retweet the space if you haven't, and let's get more people in here. Let's share the good news, because people love to hear good news. When he said what he said yesterday in the space, the possibility of now being able to use Dub Corporation, their business and legal team, to register your business idea, your business startup in Dubai, that, let that sink in. That is huge. Because I personally know the process, the procedure to do that in Dubai. And if that now is expedited by Dub Corporation, my friends, take advantage of it if you can. Believe me, because that is huge. The other sort of news was, I think Mike had mentioned it, a deal with a university to now be able to attend the university and pay the tuition with, amongst others, I think it was Ethereum as well and USDT, but more importantly, Dubx. So think about that. And again, what is that? We all know it's tangibility. And this will not stop. The tangibility factor to Dub Corporation will not stop. Crypto Wolfie has mentioned about listings and everything of that sort. That will come. Not to worry there. But again, what is Dub Corporation? Bridging the gap from crypto to the real world, to the ultimate goal of mass adoption. And that's what it is. There's a lot more coming. Believe me when I tell you. I will end it there, hand the mic back to Chris, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for being here, everyone.
What are we up to, 80 plus ambassadors now?
No, we're over 90.
There we go. I can't even keep up with it. So just to give you some perspective, like, so the last 2 days have been really tied up for me. I'm getting everything done that I haven't, when I'm not at work, right? Like this week I've been off, so I've had a lot of stuff. And I also had my kids the last 2 days, so I spent a lot of time with them. I can't even keep up with it. I just saw a space was held. I didn't catch a recording. And so there was a lot there. Last I saw, we were at like 80 plus ambassadors. Now we're at 90 plus. So just to give you some perspective, like I started working on this probably 7-8 weeks ago. So now I'm at a phase where everybody's getting engaged in this. Everybody's starting to move along. A lot of you guys are really starting to understand what's going on. There's more going on too. So the best is yet to come. The last show I held, I told you guys September would be a big month. I stand by that statement. There's more important things going on right now. And when I can talk on it, I will. I just can't talk on it yet. So I wanted to get a second show together today for the week. I'll do one tomorrow. Saturday, I may do one too. Usually I'm working Saturday, but I'll probably get one in Saturday with you guys as well. Sunday, maybe not, but Saturday you'll get some weekend airtime as well. So there'll be more to talk about. Wolfie's holding one today. Aldo, I think it's 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right?
Correct, sir. You are correct. Yeah,
Okay.
6:30 EST.
Yeah, so I'll probably pop in there. I might get like a half hour or so because I got to be somewhere at 7:30, but I'll pop in there for like a half hour or so. But yeah, there's a hell of a lot going on. It's a lot harder to keep up with. Johnny's here. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, brother? How's everybody doing?
Good, man. How about you?
Man, it's been a crazy couple weeks for me. Moving, getting everything situated. Just went on vacation to California, so I haven't been as active, but getting back in the groove. And I appreciate everybody, man. Everybody, I jump on X and everybody's posting and keeping me up to date. I jump into spaces. I might not talk, but I'm listening. I just, couldn't talk, but glad to see you back. I know you've had a crazy couple days. It's nice hearing Aldo's voice once again, Sam. But yeah, man, everything's been great. I didn't realize how bad I needed a vacation until I took it. I did not want to come back to Vegas from California. I was loving the weather, man.
Yeah, it's funny because like I did 3 shows last week, and I think that the one show we had to host out of your account because people couldn't hear me. But it's like people feel like I've been gone for a month, you know.
Bro, it feels like it, bro. It really, like I had to look at your timeline on X. Like, when is the last time he said anything, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I've seen faces disappear. I'm like, yo, Chris better not disappear.
No, I haven't gone
It's
anywhere.
just been
I've just been that tied
it's
up.
just been chaotic with everything going on. With
Yeah.
there's a lot of moving parts right now. And then I jumped into the space yesterday and heard what Mike and Wolfie had to say. And I guess according yesterday, I believe what he said, we had some big news within 48 hours, and that was about 24 hours ago. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled and my ears open, man. I think Aldo knows what that is, but he's being kind of.
I know what's
No,
going
it
on.
rugged me. The space just rugged me. Sorry, guys.
I know what's going on. I'm not going to talk on it till everything develops and everything takes place, you know. But I've known for a while what's going on, going back more than a week. I'll put it that way.
Well, it's definitely a lot of big moves happening. Like if you've been in here since the beginning, like a lot of us have, you could tell, you could feel it in the air, you can sense it when something is about to happen.
Yeah, sometimes things are taking up my time, and like I don't talk about it. You know, it's been that way since the beginning. I mean, we can go back to when I first started talking about Wolfie, and then I started talking about Dubx before Dubx even launched, right? And there's times that you'll see me, but there's times you won't see me as much, and there's times that I'm having conversations and you guys aren't even aware of it. You'll be aware of it later, but for right now, you know, things are you got to let things play out the right way. So you got to let meetings take place. You got to let things happen. Once those happen, and I'll be given a specific green light. I'll have somebody say, okay, uh, when you host your show, you can talk about this and this and this. And when that happens, everybody will be excited. So for right now, I got to kind of just keep things in the dark. I think you guys understand.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And
Yeah,
I don't even know what Aldo knows because Aldo and I are so busy that we don't really. The only time, like Aldo and I will talk a little bit, but most of the time Aldo and I are going to talk is when I come on here to host a show, and it's
I think
not.
Aldo's over there with a big grin on his face because he knows
Yeah.
what's happening, bro.
Well, and see, that's the thing. I don't know what Aldo knows and what he doesn't, so we don't discuss anything when it comes to that, right?
Guys, I just deal with ambassadors. That's all I
There
know.
you go. And I deal with other things, and so when I'm dealing with other things, I don't know what Aldo knows. I haven't had these discussions. That's how busy I've been because I have like, 5 minutes to talk to Aldo, right? Or I have like 5 minutes to talk to you guys if you DM me, some of you, like Johnny, right? I hadn't talked to Johnny in shit, probably 5, 6 days.
Yeah, it's been a
So, yeah, I mean, I've been busy with life, but I've also been busy with important conversations too. And there's different time zones, right? So there's different time zones involved, and it's like trying to keep track of time zones and to keep track of what time zone it is with me, and then holding shows at different times, and so it can be a little confusing. But I just want everybody to know that there's a lot of work being done. There's a lot of work that's been in motion for a long time, and once it gets in more motion, then you're going to have more things coming. You're going to have more things to talk about, more things to discuss. So we're going to reach that point where you guys are going to want me to hold a show every day. So for right now, 3, 4 shows a week is good, but things can develop quick. They're telling you 48 hours. I don't know. We'll see how it happens. Maybe if they're going to say that, then maybe that's the case. But for right now, I'm just kind of in a mode where I'm talking about our developments with, how the community's growing, ambassadors are growing, uh, more countries involved, those kind of things. Right now, it's not a lot of news stuff right now, but that's coming. I just want everybody to be prepared for that. Aldo, you got anything to add on that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a need. The reason we're expanding and getting ambassadors in as many countries as possible because there is a need for it. And that's sort of what I know. I know that there's a need. I've had some discussions, but I'll leave it there, as I like to say. So, but I said this, I said it from the beginning, and you guys hear me say it all the time. You can sort of see the pattern of what is announced and what happens and how it's executed. And it's always been executed and will forever be executed the way it's sort of put together, strategized. And because I always say it, and Wolfie says it as well, this is chess, not checkers. So there's a reason why it's done the way it's done. And that's the way it needs to be done. And Chris is right. If I am lucky to be able to speak to Chris for 5 minutes, that's a long time. That's how busy both of us are within what we do, not only in CT, I'll put it that way, but in real life as well. And that's all of us as well. The ambassadors, I know you guys, I see you guys, I see the activity, I see how busy you are, I see how much you've improved in not only the activity, but in the quality of what you're sharing together as a group. And that's what this is. Listen, it's been only 4 weeks. Happy anniversary, right? August 7th, right? Happy anniversary. It's been 4 weeks. And look how much we've grown in 30 days from launch. I remember, Chris, you know this, when there was what, 3 ambassadors? You remember those days?
Oh yeah. I mean, it seems like it was just yesterday. That's the funny
Yeah,
part. There was
yeah.
like 3, 4 ambassadors, and there was like Aldo working on getting ambassadors, and like, we can make this happen. And sometimes you just need a break from crypto X platform, man. I've been focused on getting 10 to 15,000 steps a day. I've been lifting weights. I've been, doing things that I've needed to get done for a while. So to take 1 week off, yeah, I'm off work for a week, but there's a hell of a lot I've been doing. I mean, I just got home a half hour before I opened the show. So there you go. There's a lot to get done. Tomorrow I'm going to open one up too. I got some time, probably late afternoon. I'm thinking tomorrow, but I want to check to see when everybody else is holding a show too, because I don't want to step on any toes. Inadvertently did that today. So I'll have to get with you guys to make sure maybe even like 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's impossible to get the perfect time because I'm trying to get a time where we can get people, from all places. Obviously, when I got my work schedule, it's going to be 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern. So you guys can do the math on that. But yeah, man, it is complex. It is complex. And Aldo, anytime Aldo and I talk, it's like we just pick up right where we left off, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, like it's like I could not talk to Aldo for 24 hours and then talk to him, and it's like we just talked to each other first day when we started doing this. But you're right. It seems like it was just yesterday we had 3 ambassadors, right? And we were trying to get more people involved. Now we're at, you said what, 90 plus now?
Oh yeah, 90 plus, and we'll be more by the end of the day, hopefully, or by tomorrow morning. We'll be, I predict we'll be close to the 95, 96.
That's
So
great because we
yeah,
want to get to 100
yeah,
plus. So we're not far away from where we want to be. I mean, I feel like we're where we want to be. I just feel like we'll get more ambassadors as time goes on. But when everything starts coming out, you're gonna understand. It's kind of weird. I'm trying to think how I can put this. Um, if you ever see a movie, right? Take like the movie Pulp Fiction, and it doesn't go in order. So like a lot of people are like, we're building ambassadors, we're building up shows, we're doing all these things internationally. Why are we doing it? We're setting the table for everything that's going to happen. So that's exactly what's going on right now. Think of it like a big meal, and we're setting the table for it, right? And Wolfie, he orders like pages of the menu. So it's kind of like everything's going in reverse. And what I mean by that is normally you'll have a project and you'll have all the stuff come out and then you'll build it, right? In this case, we're building it and then you're going to have stuff come out. So think of it as in reverse. That's the best way I can put it. Aldo, you want to add anything to that?
yeah. I mean, it's, and I said it in my opening. There's a necessity for it. We're not doing it because just to do it, and sometimes it takes longer to add more ambassadors because there is a process. There is an interview, there's a KYC, there's a live check, there's reviewing the documentation that's submitted. And the most important is that we want to make sure that the right people are in place in that country or in that region. So sometimes a process can take a few days just simply because of time zones and availability. Like I've been going back and forth now with the potential ambassador for New Zealand for a few days because they are 16 hours ahead of me. So it's sort of to coordinate when we can have that conversation is a little bit difficult because they are even further from me than Australia is. So it's either I have to get up in the middle of the night or very late at night, or but I make myself available, because that's how important what I do is to the whole of what we are doing under Dub Corporation. So some days we'll get 3 more ambassadors, some days we may get none, but we will get quality people that are needed because there is, like Chris said, a foundation being put in place for what is to come. But I want to hear from, now obviously I see my brother and sister ambassadors here. Put your hands up. I want to hear from you what your experience thus far has been from when you started with Dub Corporation to this point. I see Javier, I see George, I see Sammy, I see everybody here. Fofo, I see everybody here that's been here for a while now. So put your hands up. Let me hear what your experience is. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, and just to give you guys an idea, the hardest challenge is keeping up with everything. That's the challenge for me is not running a show. I can come on the mic and I can run a show. I can do that anytime. That's what my strength is, right? You guys all know that. I mean, we know each other by now. What the hard thing with me is keeping up with all this because we're in different time zones, right? So like there's times I'll have my kids and then I'll log back onto X and I'll see, well, shit, Wolfie just held a show with Mike, right? Or Wolfie's got another show today. And so keeping up with that with my schedule is the hard part. But we're all on the same page here. Georgie's coming up. UK, if you want to come up. Steve, if you want to come up. Any of you guys, man, feel free. Georgie, what's up, man?
Good morning, good morning. How are you guys?
I'm good. See, it's morning there, and it's
It's literally
almost 3:30 p.m.
5:30.
here. There you go. What? You guys are up at 5:30 in the morning, and here we're not even in the evening yet. So there you go.
I just wanted to say what a journey it has been within this month. Well, surpassed this month. It's been crazy. Because compared to every other journey I've taken with crypto, um, this by far exceeds anything, any other crypto. Um, from when Wolfie says, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna do," he does it. He's delivered every single word without a doubt, and that's what's made me stick by Dub Corporation. Um, ever since his first promise, it just grabbed me in. I couldn't doubt it one bit.
Nah, man, he's gonna keep doing what he does, man. So we got some people coming up. I'm gonna let you guys talk. Let's go to. I'm gonna go to AJS, then I'll go to Mike, then I'll go to Steve. Go ahead, AJS.
Hey Chris, I've never chatted to you on this space before, brother. How you doing? You okay?
I'm good, man. First time for
Yeah.
everything. Welcome aboard.
Wow, here's to many more as well, my man.
You're in the UK, right?
Yeah, I'm in UK, so the southwest of UK, down near the tail of it, in a sunny little place called Devon with loads of hills and farms and fields. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's been a hot, humid, sweaty day, but I've loved it, so it's been awesome. How was your day?
Good, man. It's about 96, 97 here. I think you guys are usually on Celsius, right? But
We're on Celsius, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
to put it in perspective with you, like an over the top summer here is when it gets near 30. If it goes over, we don't get those temperatures. And I got up this morning for work at 5 o'clock. And as I was leaving at 5:15, it was already 20 degrees. And I think the humidity was up at like 80, 90%. So it's been a sticky summer so far.
same thing here. This is the hottest week we've had all summer, even though we're in September. So yeah,
I
man.
know last week it was even chilly some days. It was cool. It was very wet last week. And out of nowhere, as normally happens in the UK, you can have all four seasons in a day sometimes.
There you go. Well, it's good talking to you, man. I like having you up here. Anything you want to mention about Dubx before I go to our next speaker?
Yeah, man, I'll keep it short. There's a lot of us in the space, but what's really got me to stick around is the genuine vision and the involvement of everyone. Like so many people have been brought in from different communities, as we've discussed in previous spaces. Everybody's suffered their own hurts. People have been rugged, people have been involved in projects that haven't turned out to be what they said they were going to be. And Wolfie delivers, Dubx delivers, Dub Corp delivers. They're doing things differently. And it's amazing to be at the forefront of something which is really, really going to change the crypto world.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot planned, man. I think it's going to be a lot more than even people realize.
Well, I
And
think so. Mike said last night, the bombs that were dropped so far is nothing but the tip of the iceberg. And well, the tip
I
of the
agree with that.
iceberg is only 10% of the whole thing. So big things are coming, and I know I can speak for myself and probably everyone else. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And the love in this community, the genuine want to help each other and encourage each other and educate and help the community along the way is wonderful. But yeah, I can talk forever, so I'll give someone else a chance. Lovely chatting to you, Chris.
Yeah, you too, man. And look, we got a lot to look forward to. We just got to let things play out, man. And I know everybody's like, well, what the hell does that mean? Well, you'll be glad things are playing out. Let's just put it that way. Let's go to Mike. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, Chris? What's good, G's?
How are you, man?
I'm good. Had a very long day, a lot of meetings. Have a few good news to drop to the community. One of which I will discuss now, and I'm gonna keep the bombs for later when we hop on Wolfie's space, because we agreed with Wolfie to actually drop them together. But basically, there were a couple of things stopping us from implementing the marketing we wanted to implement in Dubai, and it was regulations and rules and licensing. And I take great pride in announcing that we have opened a subsidiary for Dub Corp today in Dubai. We just got the official document signed from the government, and yeah, new marketing company is launched. That is gonna be able to do everything that we wanted to do. So now it's the time to start implementing.
That's tremendous news, because that's going to streamline everything, and I know that's something that makes you guys excited for sure. And that's almost part of the
Definitely.
news, right?
Definitely. No, no, no. That's not even news. That's just like, by the way,
That's a step,
uh,
right? Yeah.
the positive impact of that, by the way, is you guys know how much wealth is in the United Arab Emirates. You know how much money is in the market. It's an extremely saturated market when it comes to finance, and hitting offline marketing campaigns in Dubai is going to be on a different level. The game plan is not only Dubai, it's Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, everywhere in the Emirates. So we're going to be dropping proper marketing campaigns that's going to get a lot more liquidity to Dubcoin, to Dubx, and yeah, that's definitely something we've been anticipating for a while so far. Had a couple of ups and downs on the way. We just wanted to make sure there are we wanted to make sure that we're getting the licenses for all of UAE, not Dubai only, because I don't know, some may know, some don't, but Abu Dhabi might be a much smaller city, much less marketed city, but it's much more saturated with billionaires, much more saturated with the big boys, as they call them. And but at the end of the day, it's the capital of the Emirates. So, yeah, it took us a bit longer than anticipated to do so. We, in the process, had to open a subsidiary to do so, but all for the community, my G's.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely, man.
does anybody have any questions they would like to ask? By the way, I'd like to add that I'm extremely proud of what was announced today regarding CoinGecko, Trust Wallet, MetaMask. Of course, these are not even to me. This is not even news, to be honest, because what we are working on is massive, and yeah, I just can't wait until we drop these bombs.
Hey, may I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Chris. I just want to make a couple of comments. One comment is this: is that I can't stress the importance enough of utility. We dream about exchanges, and hey, that's awesome, and we need those. I mean, we have to have exchanges, but there's something to be said about utility. And when I heard yesterday, when Wolfie was talking, I think it was Wolfie, or maybe it was one of you that was talking about the university that would accept Dubx for tuition payment. I mean, that alone is so huge because this is what this is what crypto was designed to do. Cryptocurrency where you actually use it. And when you use it, hey, you don't have to rely just on market makers anymore because the people using it are making the market come together and come alive. And so it's very exciting. The last thing I want to say, and I'll keep my comments brief. I know we don't look at charts, we try not to, but we still take a peek once in a while. And I'm not a chart guy, but one thing I'm noticing is that these panic sellers that were doing their thing, hey, it looks like we're kind of hitting a floor. This is not investment advice or professional analysis, but I mean, I think they've given up. And you know what? Hey, I'm feeling really good right now. I've not sold a single Dubx. Don't intend to. I ain't taking profits for a long, long time because all we got ahead is good things because Wolfie is committed and I respect his integrity. This is a man of integrity, and I could go on about that, but you can see it. It's awesome.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
hundred
more coming.
percent.
Yeah, a lot more coming, man. A lot more.
100%. By the way, just to be clear, about the university. As we previously mentioned, we cannot disclose the name of the university yet, but it is a top 5 business university in the region. So that's extremely key too. And the most important utility that has already been announced, to be honest, in my opinion, is the adoption of the debit card to the crypto exchange, to the Dub exchange. So like this is the utility. You can use your crypto paying with Dubx, with Ethereum, with USDT, with whatever it is you want wherever you go, whether it is a coffee shop, a bar, a lounge, a shopping mall, or a center. Like this is the ease of actually not having to transfer P2P to get your money, like from crypto to cash and all of these things. So to me, honestly, this is the one of the main utilities that we're actually aiming to get to as soon as possible. So whenever the debit card is ready to be launched with the exchange, we're gonna drop the exchange, and there you go. That's the utility you need. You can walk into a car shop and buy a car. You can pay university tuition in any university using a debit card. So I think this is the utility we should actually be extremely excited about, guys.
Sorry, can I add on something, Mike? How are you?
Please do.
Go ahead, man.
Good, my G. Good, Georgie. How are you doing?
كتر خير الله حبيبي. Just in regards to using obviously our Dubx, obviously when it does go up and we are in profits and we start using um, our money, our crypto for purchases and whatnot. For example, here in Australia, I don't know about anywhere else, but they do take a large portion of our profits, the government. I do have a few ideas. I don't want to put them on here at the moment. I would like to speak to one of you in private about it. We need to find a way around it. I'm sure there's other countries that do have taxes that huge on crypto profits. For the community, I'd love to work around that so we do not get slugged with that tax.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I cannot comment on that at all without consulting with the company's lawyers. I don't want to get us in trouble for sure, but yeah, I cannot comment on that at all.
No, that's okay, Habib.
Let's just give things some time, to develop. I know everybody wants like immediate answers, but when we get to that point, I think we'll have more clarification on some things, and some of
Definitely,
that's going to be country specific too, right? Like so. All right,
definitely, definitely.
let's
May I
go to
ask a
Steve.
question? Oh, I'm
Hold
sorry.
on, Jeff. Hold on,
Apologize.
Jeff. Let me
Yeah.
go to Steve, and then I'm gonna go to Sammy. I'll come back to you. Go ahead, Steve.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I was just go back to what Aldo was saying about what brought us here and what's keeping us here, basically. I was introduced to Dubx, as it was, by Lee, another ambassador, GB UK. And he told me all about it, and I jumped into the community, and I saw straight away that I liked what I saw. And the selling point for me was, I keep going back to this if anyone's spoken to me about it, it's the physical event that took place in Dubai, because that is not what you see in 99% of the other projects that we've all been burnt in. There's all chat about who these people are at the top and all the rest of it. Nothing physical ever happens. It's a little team of developers and the creator probably sat in a room working out how they're going to take your money at the end of the day. So, that was the big selling point for me. And then once I jumped in and applied to Aldo to be an ambassador and got accepted, for which I'm forever grateful for, every day I'm seeing more and more. And I put a post on X this morning about how many projects have people been in where they're waiting weeks for an AMA from the creator or the developers, for the slightest bit of news. And here we are, unannounced, probably nearly every day, getting something new dropped on us. I was going to mention this in my other space earlier, but like literally probably in the last week, we've got CoinGecko, MetaMask updates, Saitama listing coming, Binance newsfeed, where Crypto Wolfie, if you just type in Binance into Google, what comes up at the very top? I am Crypto Wolfie's profile. That is amazing. I can't get over that. That is, that's not even putting anything to do with Crypto Wolfie, and that is just typing in Binance. There's been Ben Holder airdrops. Mike has got his 2 VIP people to take to Dubai coming up, and that's going to be announced fairly soon, I believe. Crypto Wolfie's giving away $3,000 just in a random competition for retweets. Amazing. And then all the things that were dropped like last night with the startups in the UAE, the potential investment from Wolfie and Mike if they see a project worthy of it, i.e. crypto-centric. It's got all the ethics of the Dub Corporation and everything else. If there's an enterprise that comes forward looking for that sort of fast track into that world in the United Arab Emirates, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but if you see a project worthy of it, you and Wolfie could probably invest in that company as well, or give 100%. A hand up, give a leg up, or whatever. But
100%.
There's also, and then there's the Dubx for tuition fees, and it goes on. And this is literally in a week, and I've just never ever seen this before. And it's credit to all the ambassadors and all the community for putting the word out. I mean, I've never seen the team work as hard, and the community work as hard. We have literally taken over X. I don't know what Elon must know about us. He must know about us by now. We're trending all over X all the time, and like Wolfie told us the other night, we have got to. That is our shop front. Once they come into our shop, which is our Telegram, we have got to try and keep them there, and that's down to every community member, every ambassador, to be respectful, answer questions, and basically do the hard work. I mean, this is a really hard phase, I think. Everyone's putting in long days, but I think we're getting there, and I'm starting. I don't watch the charts. I watch the numbers on the top of the Telegram. It's 2,200, whatever it is. But I like to watch that rather than the charts. But thanks for letting me speak, Chris.
Yeah, and just a heads up, I want to give you guys some perspective here. Steve's saying all this happened in a week. Yeah, to the public, it all happened in a week. But understand the work being done behind the scenes led that all to happening in a week, right? Like this is like weeks and months of work and preparation and filings and meetings. And so these are all the things that are going on that you're not seeing, right? The results of the work are what you see. The work being done is what you don't see. That's what goes on in private. That's all. And there's work being done right now that you don't see. That's why I want to be really upfront with everybody about and transparent. There's a lot of work and there's a lot of preparation that led to work that's being done right now. Even before, this happened, there was a lot of work and preparation. And so you got work going on right now, and you're going to see the results of that later too, right?
100%.
So that's what
Chris, allow me to add one single thing
Sure.
to what you just said. By the way, Wolfie called me an hour ago, and he wanted to participate in this space. He called me and he told me that he has a meeting, and he would like me to join instead, so that one of us is on the space. So, as Chris just said, work is being done behind the scenes all the time, whether it is a physical meeting, an online meeting, a phone call. Work is not stopping. The ball is rolling, and we want it to roll faster. And unfortunately, we don't want to overdo it, because sometimes being too fast may bring harm instead of actually doing good. So we're trying to do everything at, let's say, the most optimum pace, the best pace. And I can assure you there's a lot of news to anticipate this coming week. Also tonight, in a few hours, we're going to drop a few extremely important pieces of information for the community, definitely on Wolfie's space. So whoever is here, I would actually I cannot stress the urge to tell you guys you really have to be there to hear out what Wolfie has to say today, what I will be announcing there too. And yep, I apologize for interrupting you, Chris.
No, you're not interrupting me at all, man. And yeah, like, and he's right. The conflict isn't us meeting and look. A lot of times in crypto, the conflict is people not agreeing on everything, right? Let's just face it. That's not the conflict here. And there's no conflict. I wouldn't even label it conflict. I would say organizing everybody together because we're in different time zones, different countries, and meetings that are taking place and all these things. So coming together and speaking, as we grow, okay, it's going to be something we're going to have to like organize even better. That's all. Aldo was saying, look, he's projecting right now 96 ambassadors. I think it'd be fair to say we could get to 100 or more by the end of the week. And that doesn't happen. Like, you see the results of that, but all the work that's put in on all those days and weeks before that is what leads to that. So you're seeing the results of the hard work and the diligence is what I'm getting at, right? I think everybody gets that now. You see where we're going. You see where we're heading. You see the work being done, and you're seeing the results of the work. That's what I want everybody to understand. Mike, you got anything you want to add to that?
100%, 100%. I agree. And as usual, I'd like to stress on the point that we're extremely grateful for the community. We can safely say that all the Jeets have jumped out, all the sellers have ran away, and we are glad they did. We do not want to have them with us, to be honest. We need diamond hands in here because this is not a day project, not a month project, not a year project. This is a long term. I cannot even call it a project because this is a vision, this is a lifestyle, this is, how can it be a lifestyle? With what we're doing with Dubx, it's definitely gonna be a lifestyle. With the community we're building, this is definitely a lifestyle. We get new online friends, which are actually not online because of all the events that we have scheduled. By the way, we're gonna be announcing a few very soon. I'm sure a lot of you are aware that one of the subsidiaries of Dubcorp is a marketing agency, which we launched today, and the other subsidiary of Dubx is an events management company. So the whole point of having an events management company with all its licenses is for us to do multiple events to gather the community, to raise awareness from people that do not know about the community, and in general to raise awareness about cryptocurrencies. So yes, I would like to add that, yep, the event was nice. A lot of people said there were too little people there, but we couldn't invite people that have not done what the pre sale stated. We could have filled the yacht party up till till capacity, but that would be unfair to the people that actually did what was asked from the pre sale. And it was specifically said that the mega yacht party was exclusively for ambassadors and people who dropped 3 Ethereums in the pre-sale. It would be totally unfair for us to invite other people to the yacht party with the people that dropped 3 Ethereum in the pre-sale. These people actually helped the coin a lot, helped us do more. So at the end of the day, this was a small event. The next event is going to be massive. It's going to be huge, and I really hope to see a lot of the community there. As I've previously mentioned, that we're going to be announcing the winners of the two people that are going to be sponsored to go to Dubai for a few days, 4 or 5 days, and this is going to be massive, and I hope these people document everything we present to them there, because we want the whole community to know what we are ready to do for the community. All for you, my G's. We do it with pleasure, we do it with pride, we do it with extreme gratefulness to the whole community, and we're going to keep doing it. This is one of many, and I promise you guys that I personally will be dropping these contests a lot, just to make the community feel like we're always thinking about them, because that's what's happening. Just to make the We're going to try to give as much of the community the chances to actually participate in things like that, whether it is a sponsored trip to Dubai, whether it is a sponsored trip to some crypto event, whether it is other kind of gifts or incentives. But I want to stress on that point that we will never stop doing for the community. We will never stop giving. We will never stop doing what we got to do, guys. So our main focus is the community, because without the community we are nothing. That's number one. And number two, the community is actually amazing. I've talked to a lot of people in the community. We have almost 1,400 people, and that's just the beginning, guys. We've been there for a month. We're already hitting that milestone, and I'm sure we're gonna hit 2,000 holders very soon. Um, Taking into consideration that we haven't even started any marketing campaigns, guys, you should understand the point. We have reached this with completely organic word to word marketing. There was no marketing campaigns, guys. This was purely people telling each other, look at this project, look at what is going on, showing them facts. And people hopped on board with pleasure, and that just proves how much value this community has, how much value this corporation has. And this just makes it double sure for us that we want to do more for the community. We want the whole community to know that we stand by them, we stand with them, we are a part of this community. We do not see ourselves as anything but a part of this community. And as Wolfie said previously, uh, we have to all work as a team, because at the end of the day we have one goal, and this goal is to actually to make it, guys, to make it in the mass adoption, to revolutionize the industry, to make crypto more accessible for people, to educate people on cryptocurrencies. So I think we as a community should always be doing what we already are doing. I can see that the ambassadors are doing an extremely great job, and I applaud them. I am so grateful to them. Me and Wolfie are extremely grateful to each and every ambassador. You guys are doing a great job. It's an honor for us, honestly speaking, and the community, guys. I cannot stress on how grateful we are for the community, how much love we have towards the community. And I'm just telling you guys, we're not going to stop showing you guys love. I promise you that. We're going to keep giving giveaways, whether there are financial giveaways, whether there are trips, there's always going to be extra add-ons from that are not supposed to be, that are not, let's say, not supposed to be, in our vision they are supposed to be there, but let's say that are not usual in this field. These things are not actually there all the time. I do not remember the last project I've seen that's sending people to travel, that's taking care of expenses for their travels. And my God, I was almost gonna drop a bomb by mistake, and we have agreed with Wolfie to drop it a bit later.
All right,
No,
Mike.
I'm glad I remember that it's for a bit later. So, guys, please, I urge you all to be there in the space too. As much as I would love to drop it here, but I promised Wolfie that this piece of information is not going to be out earlier.
All right, Mike. Let me get to Sammy, and then I'm gonna go to Bink, and then I'm gonna go to Rasha. If you guys can try to keep it like 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm gonna go back to Aldo. Go ahead, Sammy.
Hi, Chris. Hello, Aldo, Sam, and Mike. Hello, everybody. I just want to give a quick intro about myself. I got into Dub by pure coincidence. I was watching YouTube, and BitBoy, of course, mentioned the coin, and I go back in my head. I'm going like, oh hell, not another coin. So that night, I couldn't sleep, and finally, when I slept, I dreamt about Dub coin. The reason I'm saying this is because I was born and raised in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and I know how they operate in the Gulf. So if you have suspicious about, oh, this is not going to succeed, blah blah blah, that's not true. I had to say this: failure is never an option for anybody that is from United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and so forth. They mean business when they say this is what's going to happen. It is what's going to happen. And this is why I decided when like I said, I had a dream about it the same night I heard from BitBoy about it. And the next day I sent my ETH to Habibi come to Dubai. Um, I'm just consider myself fortunate, lucky to be in here, and so far I did nothing but constantly accumulating what I can. I know I don't have as much as other people do, but all I suggest is get whatever you can get without putting so much stress on yourself. Don't go crazy, but also don't look don't get don't get into crypto because, or for example with your rent money, that's wrong, because this project is gonna take time, and that's investment, not trader. You're not a trader. Most people are not in it to trade, they're in it to invest. And if you're in it to invest, plan on the long term, 6 months, 1 year from now, you know we'll get there. But again, I'm just thankful to be in here and to be part of Dub Corporation. And we are, I mean, there is not enough words to express how excited I am about it. Example, my kids are in it. Everybody's talking about children, your kids in college. Well, my daughter is in middle school and my son is in second year of high school. And my son last birthday, he asked for XRP. My daughter asked for ADA. Now I explained to my son about Dub, and he wants it for Christmas. So even my example is like start within, like teach your kids about crypto because they are our future. And when they get into crypto, that little, when they in middle school and high school, guess what? They're not trading crypto. You can. I created wallet for my son. I created wallet for my daughter. I fund it. And then I showed them how to use it. I told them not to click on any link or any NFT or none of that. If
All right,
they
Sam. I get
all
it.
right,
I get it. But we got a lot of
I'm sorry.
people to get through. So let's
I'm
let's try to
I,
get to the
Sam, it's an
point.
honor. I thank you so much for everything you said. Your support and your trust in us is extremely appreciated, my G.
thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you so much, and please keep raising awareness to your children. This is amazing. Thank you. Please,
Thank,
And
Chris.
Okay, let's go to
none of
Bink.
that was
Go ahead,
financial
Bink.
advice, by the way.
right.
Yeah, let's go to Bink. Go ahead, Bink.
Good evening, sir, from West Africa. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, Ado. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mike. I love to be part of the family again. Mine is just a quick question, and it's on the when I was reading I think the white paper or the documents, when I came across the Dubx YZ. I just want to know. I believe the Dub Y and Z are coins, and I just want to know the plans for the Dub Y and Z. I wanted to ask Mr. Mike on one of the space, but before I came on to speak, he left for one or two reasons. So I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, definitely. We're still waiting for licenses to be able to actually officiate more about what's going to be going on. But it's also going to be a bomb, guys. It's all about utility. We're focusing mostly on utility now. We're gonna focus as, let's say, number one, our main priority is utility. Number two is the marketing, and number three is actually raising the market cap of the coin and the liquidity. So all of this is part of the plan to do these three things. But until we have our paperwork ready, I cannot officiate more information, my G.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
look,
My pleasure.
on Dub Y and all this stuff, you got to allow these things to happen. Okay, you got to allow everything to happen. It's a process. Allow that. Allow. Look, once I get a green light, I'll talk about these things. But asking these things right now is premature. All right, let's go to Rasha. Go ahead, Rasha.
Um, in Arabic, we say خير الكلام ما قل ودل, which is in English, good brevity makes sense. Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing? Months.
Hey, Rasha, always good to have you.
Thank you, thank you. Months ago, I used to speak with my actual parents and sibling, but now I have more than 90 siblings from another mother and father. That itself is a blessing. Today marks a remarkable milestone, our 1 month anniversary with this incredible corporation. In just this short time, I've witnessed the power of dedication, innovation, and collaboration within our team. Here's to many more months of growth, achievement, and making a difference together. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yes, to many more. And I would like to stress on the point she said. I have 90 more family members, and she particularly means the ambassadors. And I cannot express how grateful I am to hear that. How blessed I am to actually be a part of this family. And this is just the beginning, guys.
Yeah, I mean, things are going to expand. Things are going to happen at a measured pace. So, like, one thing we got to be really smart about, don't have these expectations that things are going to move at like lightning speed. Like every 24 hours, you're going to look. A lot happened this week, but that's a lot. That's not work that was done in a week or done in a few days. It takes weeks and months. So I just want everybody to understand that. Have some perspective here. With things coming up, same thing. So, we'll analyze it, we'll talk about it, we'll say what it means, we'll go in depth with that. But I just want everybody to understand. I know everybody's grateful for being in this. I get it. I know everybody has a story here, okay? But when we have a big space, I want to make sure that everybody gets time to talk. So I don't want to have like 10, 15 minutes of people talking. We'll go 3-4 minutes. If you want to come back up, we'll get you back up. Let's go to Aldo. Go ahead, Aldo.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, Chris and Mike. Hey, always good to see you, my brother, obviously. Thank you for taking the time to stop in.
Pleasure.
And yeah, I mean, listen, things that are said, things that are announced when they're ready to be announced, as Chris said, and Mike said as well, and we all know. I mean, this is a corporation, guys. It's run as a corporation. There are agreements in place. There are NDAs. There are non-compete agreements. There are a schedule. There is a schedule when things can be said and how they are said. And it cannot happen at lightning speed, because if it does happen at lightning speed, well, then it's not or should not be ready to happen in that way. Building takes time. Building something takes, step by step, day by day, and eventually you get to your end result. I want to tap into what Mike was saying before, which is, they're focusing on the utility, they're focusing on the marketing. Exactly. Right? Now, I say this word all the time. You hear me say tangibility. What does that mean? We all know what the word means. But look at what they have done, what Dub Corp, Mike, Crypto Wolfie, the team in its entirety have done. You can now take Dubx via, Mike said it, via the card. And the token itself now incredibly becomes tangible to use in the real world for whatever you choose. Just that fact that your token now, put aside Ethereum or maybe USDT, but Dubx itself now becomes a tangible asset in the real world via the card, via the university, obviously via many things that are coming down the road. And this is only the beginning. So think about this for those, and this is not financial advice ever. If you pick up a bag now of Dubx and hold it, right? As many people do. I have, Chris has, we all have, right? Let's be honest and open about that. Now, when the card is ready to be released along with the exchange, as was said, if I picked up $100 of it, right? I'm giving you mathematics, and I have that amount, and I apply that to my card, and the market cap goes up because there's many things coming. My $100 now, if I would spend, right, something that would cost me $10 now, right, and this is pure mathematics, straight and simple. What I picked it up for today, and what I'm actually using of my supply of Dubx is a lot less than what I actually had initially or had to use initially. That's the beauty of making a token now tangible in the real world. And only that is incredible. I don't know of any other project, and I'll say project because I know we are a product of Dub Corporation, one of many, that is able to do that this quickly. We launched August 7th. Think about that. August 7th. And do
Real,
that this quickly for its
real
community.
quick.
Go ahead, Chris.
Real quick. I'm going to give everybody a point here, and this is how important it's the little things. Okay. We got nearly 90 people in here, and we got 29 retweets. So everybody needs to go down to the purple and retweet the room, okay? And that should be with any room. I don't care if it's UK hosting it. I don't care if it's Aldo, Dubx Vegas. I don't care if it's Wolfie, Mike, whoever it is. We need to retweet the room, guys. If we start doing the little things right, everything's going to add up even more, and we're going to have even more traction. So everybody's got to do the little things each day. That's one of the little things. It might not seem like a big thing, but it does add up. Promise you.
100%. 100%. Chris, the small things matter much more than the bigger things if they are done consistently. That's a fact.
There you go. You got to be consistent. Consistency is the key to everything, because there's a lot that are going to do something great for a day or a week, but you got to do it every day. And if you're consistent, then you're going to continue to trend upwards. All right, Aldo, did you have anything else to add before I interrupt?
Yeah, no, I pretty much done. I mean, and that's it. I mean, I just wanted to bring attention again to how professionally this is being done. You know, how professional the entirety of the team is, right? Unlike others, and I'm not going to mention any names, but it's a rare find to come into a space like this where we can speak professionally, we can speak openly and honestly, and have incredible members of the team come in regularly and themselves tell tell it the way it is, straight and honest, such as Mike and Crypto Wolfie, you know, and obviously the ambassadors who I always say, guys, and I'll say it forever, I'm incredibly proud of, and thank you for all you do. And I'm proud to serve alongside you. But guys, we need to retweet. I said it in my opening. It takes 2 seconds. 2 seconds. You click, and done. It's in our interest. It's in uh, the community's interest. It's something that should be done as an automatic. Go ahead, Chris. Thank you.
When we can get to the point where people come in and in the first 2 minutes they do that automatically, then we're starting to move forward more. Okay. There's all these metrics that we can go by, right? How many ambassadors we have, how many people we have engaged, how many people we have in the Telegram. Another metric you need to look at is how we fill a room and how we repost that room and how active we are. When we get to the point where it's routine and it's a habit, that's when we're going to move forward much, much faster. Just to give you a heads up. Let's go to Agent. Go ahead, Agent.
Wow, good evening, everyone. Um, I'm just so happy to be here. I'm from Nigeria, and I'm actually really happy to be here because this is the only community that has accepted me. Should I say accepted? Like this is the only community that I've feel like have that sense of belonging. It's like a family to me. Like right now, I don't do anything except for just once I'm in this space, once I'm in X, I'm just doing Dubx because I know this is the only place that accepted me, and I felt like I was worth something. You know, other communities, I don't want to go into details, but most of these communities just they are the boss, like they just become the boss and the boss. They don't have any subsidiary, nobody to ask them any question. But here it's a community that make me feel so much at home, that gave me this voice that I never had and this confidence that I never had before. I think in 1 month I've learned a lot from you guys than what I did in the past 2 years, and I'm really happy for Chris and Aldo and the rest of other ambassadors, because this journey is not just I don't know how to put it, but it's something that is bigger than I always imagined, and I'm really lucky to be part of this community. I'm really lucky, and I'll see how I can talk up my colleagues, my friends, because this is the only place I've ever felt at home. So thank you. 1 month in Dorbex, and I'm feeling like the boss already. I'm just feeling like the boss of myself. So I'm really happy. Yeah,
It's an
thank
honor, my G. It's an honor, my G. It's an honor, Agent. And I'd like to add a small piece of information quickly. The reason I try to be in as much spaces as possible when I can't, Wolfie's in the spaces, is We would like to be there for the community if you guys have a question to ask. In most communities, people have a lot of questions and they do not even know who to ask. So I know that our ambassadors are here to answer a lot of questions. Aldo, Chris, all of the G's can actually answer a lot of questions, but there are some questions you guys want to ask the Dub Corp owners, you know. So we take great pride in actually being there for the community to answer any question that is rising, that is in people's heads, because we want everybody to be comfortable all the way through. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, as the crypto market is a bumpy ride. One day it's up, one day it's down. But as long as we're holding tight together, then there's nothing to worry about. As long as nobody has any doubts, nobody has any unanswered questions, then I think we're good to go, my G's.
Yeah, I mean, as it evolves, like I said, we'll get better. You know, but the little things are gonna make us that much better, right? So everybody should be excited. Everybody's engaged. I get it. Let's always focus on getting better, though, too, right? Let's focus on improvement. Let's focus on doing the little things that are going to add up. Agent, we're happy to have you, man. I know you're from Nigeria. We have a presence with Nigeria now. It started with Bink and Agent and Joel as well. I remember you, my friend. And so, yeah, you are going to be accepted here. There is no boss. It is bigger than all of us. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than Aldo. Wolfie's come on my show and said it's bigger than him, right? So everybody,
100%. 100%. We always say, guys, we are part of the community. We are all equals here. We are part of the community, and we are here to serve the bigger purpose, guys.
yeah. So if we all have that mindset that it's something greater than ourselves, then we're all going to work towards that, right? Because it's something greater than ourselves. So if you're thankful and you're grateful for what you're doing, pay it forward. That's the best thing, that we can do. It's about actions, it's not about words. So how do you pay it forward? Well, you do something that you're talented at, whether it's the Telegram, whether it's graphics, whether it's posts on X, whether it's hosting a show. Tap into your talent and utilize that the best you can, and that's how we're going to move forward even more. Sam, you got anything to add, man?
Thank you, Chris. I think everyone here talking is worthy of being taken notes of whatever experience. Every success story is always the best marketing for any project, for any company. And honestly, I talk from my own perspective. I'm a member of this community. I came into this community because of how serious it sounded at first. And like any other project I was involved in, I was always hopeful. I hope this is one. I hope this is it. And it started with the seriousness of it. It started with a leader talking, not just any guy that I don't know where he comes from. And like you said, everything we're witnessing today, we're witnessing the execution of a long plan and blueprint that was set up a long time ago. We're just witnessing the result of the execution, even not even the execution. We're witnessing the result. And at the rate they're coming out, that shows a lot of planning and research and strategy implemented here. Any other project, we always see the launch and then we see wins. Launch and wins. Launch and promises. Now, for the first time, we're having utility. And even more than that, we're having a great community. I cannot stress this enough. This is a different community. I can dare to say that. It's a different community. People that are creating spaces, myself included, never ever been on spaces before. Or if I had, I felt restrained somehow. Like I gotta respect the mentality of that project, or there are words or stuff that I couldn't say. I didn't feel I was belonging to something. Here, I feel home, literally home. Anytime I see a new member, I'm telling him, welcome home. Because we've all been in crypto, we've all been bitten by crypto because of these bad experiences that I'm not gonna name, and I'll leave it at that. Wink, wink to Aldo. But I'm loving this part of it. To be part of a business, not just a vision. To be part of execution, responsibilities, and having also the member of the team being here with us, like Mike, like Wolfie. It's amazing. We're having these It's all about chemistry at the end of the day. And when I talk to Mike, I feel I've been knowing him all my life. And Mike also, remember, we're all coming from different culture and background. Mike belonged to a very famous family in the Middle East. He wouldn't put his name out there for nothing. I wouldn't put my family name if it's not backed up by success. And it's a question of success and honor. Before the money and before anything else, reputation. And the most valuable asset in business is always your reputation, nothing else. Thank you, Chris. And thank you everyone that came up here. And
100%,
especially my
100%.
Habib Elbi, Mike.
Sam,
Mike,
Habibi, thank you so
عن جد
much for your words.
انا
They're
حبيتك
worth of
وحاسس
gold.
حالي بعرفك من زمان حاسس بحالي بعرفك.
Likewise. Wallah,
So thank you
likewise.
for that feeling.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you, Aldo. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. Chris, Aldo, I'm going to have to apologize. I'm going to have to hop off on a extremely serious call now. If you guys are still on, I will join you guys again. But I've just got a message. I really need to take a call. And by the way, it's for Dubx. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Inshallah.
All right, cool.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, let's Sammy, I think you were talking a little bit earlier. You might have something you want to add. Go ahead, Sammy.
No, that was it for me, Chris. Thank
No,
you
the
very
other
much
Sam.
for the space. Sammy,
The
you
other,
mean Sammy?
I said Sammy, the wolf, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. My bad.
Not Sam, Sammy.
I'm
Well, I
sorry.
got used. I'm being rugged by you earlier, so now I gotta be careful.
I did not work you. If I worked you, I would tell you. Go
He
ahead.
rugged me. He rugged me as well. Don't worry.
Is it me, Chris?
No, it's not you, man.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Sammy, go ahead, man. Sammy the wolf.
Okay, that's me. That's what I was asking. If you were asking if I have anything to say,
You
no,
guys sound alike. That's the scary part. Go ahead.
no. Honestly, Chris, I'm just honored to be here. I'm thankful for. I consider it lucky to have found Dub and joined it. I'm really thankful to you, to Aldo, to Sam, to Mike, to everybody in this community. Um, and I know our future is bright. I can see it. I just feel it. I don't know how to explain it. That's it. Thanks.
Cool, man. Anybody that wants to come up here, feel free. I'm going to go about another 15, 20 minutes, and I'm going to end it. But I wanted to get one in today. Johnny, you got anything to add?
Yeah, man, I'm just sitting here listening to everybody. It seems like all the ambassadors and everybody involved is extremely happy with what they put themselves into. And as for myself, even when I'm feeling down or I'm not feeling so positive about myself or what I'm doing, man, I just jump onto X and everybody kind of lifts each other back up. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but since Dubx, with our positive vibes and what we're about and how we come across on the X platform, I'm starting to see a whole lot more people that aren't part of our community that are being more positive. I don't know if it's us pushing that and they're just catching on to it, or I don't know, maybe the tides are changing, but it's good, man. Crypto Twitter, crypto X. I mean, everything's switching up and it's starting to be good vibes and good energy, and I'm just loving it. And I'm loving every single one of the ambassadors and Chris and Mike. Is Mike still on here? No. Well, anyway, I'm just loving it, man. I love the community. I love everybody. So let's just keep it going, keep it pushing, and make everything we want come true.
I just wanted to say something about Wolfie's integrity. Because I think it's important just to bring that out for a moment. You know, when he tweets something about honor and his religion and his commitment to honesty and keeping his word, that means something. And let me just kind of reinforce that if I could, because I don't even know I don't know Wolfie personally, but you got to understand the culture. My father was in business with a man who was of the Muslim faith, and we're Christian, by the way. But his business partner, because of the honor that he had, said, you know what, I'm going to forfeit a deal that he could have made a lot of money on because of his honor. And I won't go into all the details because But the point is that that's how much honor means in the Middle East. Look, I don't care where you go. In any culture, in any religion, there are going to be those that are going to be committed, those that are not. But when you have someone that is committed like Wolfie, and when he makes statements like that on Twitter, it means something. And you need to know that because it's very important. Last thing I want to say, this debit card thing, on another note, is a huge deal because what it's doing is it is bringing the world to crypto. Even for people who don't even believe in crypto, when you swipe that debit card, whether they love crypto or even understand it, if it's accepted in other words, if you can use any other debit card, you'll be able to use that, and that is amazing. That's bigger than a lot of people even realize. It's huge.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man, and there's a lot more coming. Like, I get it, but I think as things come together even more, you'll be even more excited. So there's big, big things planned, and you got to let it develop, and you got to let it happen, and it takes time, and it's not going to all happen in a day, or look, just getting some of these things going takes weeks, months. I just want everybody to understand that. I want our expectations to be reasonable, and I want people to, continue to grow and continue to do the things that we need to do, right? Like, everything we've done has gotten us to this point. Well, for us to go even further, we're going to continue to, and it's not just about working hard, right? Like, hard work is important, but I want to impress upon everybody that you have to work smartly too. You have to utilize your time well. If you can reach people in a post, but you can reach more people by open up a show, right? If you are in Telegram and you're moderating, that's a hard job. That's something I don't have the patience for. I've been very transparent with it. I don't have the patience because I have so much going on and so many conversations I'm having that when somebody comes at me the wrong way or with the wrong question, I really don't have the patience to answer that. So I'll just give a direct answer. That's just my personality. Guys like Aldo, guys like Dubx Delaware, Rasha, there's many others. Sam, I've seen in there, Dubx Colorado, Dubx UK, Georgie. There's a lot of people in there that have the patience, and that's a hard thing to do. Not everybody can do that. So I think last I looked, we were at over 2,200 members on TG as well. Aldo, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we're close to the 2,300 members if I look correctly. I always have it open when I'm doing my ambassador recruitment thing, and I just want to touch upon that because we mentioned let things develop. Guys, think about it this way, and I'll say it quickly. Basically, the ambassador recruitment is myself, Ray, and Omega Bond, obviously. Even at 10 hours a day, it's a lot more, each of us. That's 30 hours collectively. That's in a month, that's 900 hours. We'll put it at 1,000. That's just for the ambassadors, 1,000 hours, right? Think about everything else that's been announced and that's in the works. And so think about all those man hours. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to put something into place that's solid. That's what it takes to put something into place that everyone can enjoy, everyone will enjoy, and putting into place something that people in countries that never thought they can use crypto will be able to use. It's man hours, it's meetings, phone calls, it's everything collectively put together. And I said it before, just the KYC process that we go through for potential ambassadors, and you guys know because you went through it. Scheduling that, doing the KYC, reviewing the documents, asking for more information, asking questions. That's what it takes. Because we're real. Someone who puts out a project who just dumps copy and paste code into Remix and then deploys a contract, whether real or not, that doesn't take long. I can do that in 10 minutes. I can actually show you live one day if you want to, how long it takes. 10 minutes. That's all it does. But that's not who we are. That's who we will never be. We are a corporation. So I know within the community and sometimes within us, the ambassadors and everyone, we get that sort of feeling of being anxious. We get that when feeling. But always keep in mind, while you're asleep, others are on phone calls and in meetings. While you're answering community questions as ambassadors, others are doing what they need to do to make sure that when we have spaces like this, or the space that's coming up at 6:30 EST with Crypto Wolfie. By the way, I remind everybody that's going to be there, he said he needs 250 retweets for the show to go live. So the moment you get in there, retweet it, please. So while others are doing one thing, the other side of the team is doing something else. That's how you build something real, something solid. So, I'll say be patient, but it's not even a question of being patient because we're all doing what we need to do, including the community. Because even a question that is asked, it's not only asked for that single community member. Everyone sees it, and maybe they were thinking of it, someone else, and then the answer is given, which is the right answer. So they're now have a mind that's put to ease. They have peace of mind now because the question has been answered accordingly. And that's all I want to say, guys. I'm not going to, draw this out. I just want to say thank you to everybody. As always, thank you for coming in here. I know Chris scheduled the show at sort of an off hour instead of at night. But you know what? It's nice. It feels great to be able to see more new faces and more people in the space than we usually see sometimes at night because of time zones. Keep up the great work, everybody. I will definitely be in Crypto Wolfie space. I hope to see you guys there. Again, please retweet it when you get in there. Like Chris said in the first 2 minutes, do that tomorrow when Chris has his other show. First 2 minutes, please click, done, mind at ease, and we can go on with the show. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and just so everybody understands, this is a harder way of doing things. Okay, it's really easy to create a contract. Well, just to create a contract. They didn't create a contract here. They had 10 versions of it, and they went with the best one, right? With a diligent dev team, a team, not just like one dev. So that took time. And then they made sure that everybody got their allocation a week before launch. That took time because you have to trace all that, and then you have to airdrop it. And then the launch, going at 6 a.m. Eastern and making sure that went off without a hitch, that took time. And building a community and building to the point where we're at 90 plus ambassadors, that takes a lot of time too. If it was something that people could do, they would do it because it would be easy, right? But the one thing I've always known in life is that anything you do that's worthwhile, that's valuable, is hard work. It takes hard work. So we put the hard work in. Now we got to, be smart with how we manage our time and work smartly and be most effective. How do you get the most people in? How do you communicate, right? Because, we can all type on Telegram, but how many people are active in Telegram at that time? Okay. And Telegram is important. I'm not saying it's not important, but holding a show and bringing, 100 plus people together, you're going to get a lot more accomplished in real time. And it doesn't have to go on for hours and hours. It doesn't have to be a marathon. You can get it accomplished in an hour, hour and a half, right? Posting, the important things, right? Like a post that's going to hit on key points, that's going to provide valuable information. Good. If you have a graphic with that post, it's more likely to be viewed. Like these are all the things that we have to learn and we have to implement. If you have color in that post, it's more likely to be viewed. Okay. If you post 5-6 posts in a row, like within like a half hour, you're less likely to get views on those. I know it's hard because we'll have different parts of the time when we're free. I'm the guy that likes to post like 4 or 5 times in a row, but I've stopped doing that too. I haven't been on X as much, so I like to get on here and do a show when I do. These are just thoughts off the top of my head. How to utilize what you do so that it has maximum effect, so that it brings as many people in as possible, right? The right people too. Like we have a good group. The right people are going to come because the right people want to be with the right people. That's the whole theory behind it. So we'll continue to grow. We'll continue to expand. We'll have more news. There's going to be a lot more to talk about in September. A lot more to talk about. And I just want everybody to understand where we're heading, right? But also be mindful of the work that we've done and be thankful and grateful for the people that we have and all the work they've put in collectively. Because it does take a collective effort. It's not something that 2 or 3 people can do or one person can do. No way. I mean, it's overwhelming. It really is. And like we've had people come in the last couple weeks, right? So the perspective of people that came in the last couple weeks is different than like Aldo and I that are like, 6, 7 weeks back. So like all our perspectives are different. All of us came at different times. All of us have put in different work at different times. So it's just a collection of experiences at this point too. I just want everybody to understand that. And if you need a break, take a break. Don't kill yourself doing this because this is a long journey. This is a long road, right? If you had, let's just say you were climbing Mount Everest, right? It's 45 miles until you even get to the point where you're starting the journey, right? That's just 45 miles to base camp if you're going up Everest, okay? And I think there's a little over 6,000 people that have climbed it. So if you had a 45-mile road ahead of you, right, you would want to get there as fast as you could, but you wouldn't try to do 10 miles like in 3 hours or 4 hours, right? Like you would have to have it planned out. You would have to do it so that, it's the right pace. It can't be too fast, but it can't be too slow either. It has to be just the right pace. So, when you have things in life that you got to do the things you need to do in life. Get those things done. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Everybody should be working out, right? Like if I'm getting in 2, 3 workouts a day or 2, 3 workouts a week, I'm trying to get in 4 to 5 now so that I'm in the right mindset and I'm in the right place as we continue to climb. Because as you climb, if you're off balance, you're going to know you're off balance. So I want everybody to be mindful of that as well. Aldo, anything to add?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. If you climb and you're off balance, you're going to stumble. So if you need to walk away and, as they say, touch some grass, and I say this to myself too, and I talk to myself too, because you need that. You need to sort of do something else to refocus, re-energize, and want to keep doing what you're doing. Because you get to a point where it's just blurry. It's just words on a screen. And don't let that happen. You guys all say the number of hours I put in, and I do, because I know you guys do it equally as well. But when I know that it's time to walk away, to just get up and walk away from my desk, I just get up and I walk away from my desk because I will not let it affect me. Because what the side that I contribute to, which is the ambassador recruitments beside the meetings and the calls, is critical. That to me, it is done the way it should be. To have this great bunch of group that we have, I will never put that at risk, ever. Not for anything, especially for this corporation that's given us so much back and doing so much for us collectively. So listen to wise words from Chris. Walk away if you have to. Do something else. Touch grass. Go for a walk. Anything. Go work out. Anything. Just change your ideas. Come back stronger. Come back better. Thank you, everyone. Always a pleasure to see you here. Always a pleasure to allow me to speak to you guys and keep up what you're doing. It's working. Believe me, I see it. 2,300 members. We're 7 away in the main TG. We'll surpass that by a lot in the very near future. Great work, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, and I have to remind Aldo to take a break every now and then too, right?
He
Because
does. He does. He actually does.
Because Aldo's going to get to a point where we have like 120 plus ambassadors, right? And then he's going to go, all right, and now I can take a break. but but the reality is that like he'll probably just do other work too, right? So like we all have our own niche. That's what I'm getting at. Like his niche is building the ambassadors. My niche is hosting a show. I've seen some of Steve's graphics. Steve has unbelievable graphics when he posts, right? So like the sooner everybody finds that niche that they're great at, the better we're going to be. And most of you are finding that, and that's a journey. That's not something that happens overnight. So I want to explain that too. Don't think like you're just going to wake up one day and go, hey, this is what I need to be doing. There's going to be some trial and error in that too, right? Like you're going to say, hey, I probably do this better, but the reality is you have another skill or another talent. So, but positive reinforcement, encouragement is important on this journey, and then just having balance and not killing yourself doing it. I've done the where you do 4 or 5 shows a week, 6 a week. You can only sustain that for so long, right? Like I'm going to still try to do at least 3, 4 a week, but some weeks are going to be different than other weeks. Some weeks I might have a little bit more time. Some I might have less time. You can't just, have to commit yourself every night to something like that. That's just it's not possible. Not over several months, right? A year or more, right? Like you got to be reasonable with yourself, and you got to be willing to accept the fact that you got to balance everything out. And if you're not balanced, you're not going to be as effective. You just won't be. You'll be tired. You won't have the motivation. You won't want to do what you're doing. You should still be able to enjoy what you're doing while accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So I just wanted to, speak about that today as well. I see some of you guys just laying out there, man, just doing everything you can. Take some time too. Like Johnny said, he took a vacation with his family. I'm happy to hear that. That's important, right? It's important to enjoy everything in life and not just be so focused on this. This is going to do what it does, right? Like we're going to get things done. Just be effective with what you do with the time you have. It don't waste the time you have when you do it, but also don't feel like you have to live and breathe it 24 hours a day. So I think that about covers it. Wolfie's going to have a show at 6:30. It looks like Mike will be on there, so that's in a little less than 2 hours. If the UK guys want to hold a space, man, feel free, because we have some time in between that. Steve, I don't know if you want to do that or not. That's up to you. He may or may not be there. So, look, I like everybody coming together. That's why I do this. I don't do this just to speak on a mic. I do this because I like seeing everybody in here. I like to get to know you guys. I like to grow together. That's what fascinates me about this. It's a never-ending quest for knowledge and growth and learning and getting to know people. That's why we do this. So, Aldo, anything else?
I think you pretty much covered it, my brother. And yeah, I think Steve probably went to touch some grass after I said go touch some grass. That's why he's not there. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, man, we're doing a great job. Everybody's doing an amazing job. I see it in the TG. I see the activity. So kudos to you. But don't let it get to you. Uh, Chris said it well again. This will do what it does. The chart will do what it does. We collectively will do what we need to do because we are a collective. So don't ever feel that you have to do everything or you have to do a majority share. Do what you can, contribute what you can on one day, and maybe do a little more the next, or maybe a little less on the one after that. And if you need to take a few days off, take them. It's okay. We're here. We're a family. We cover each other's back. But don't ever get a burnout, because then it'll take you a lot longer to come back. All right. So love every one of you. Thank you again for what you do, and we'll talk soon. Be safe out there.
That's a good way to put it too, man, because I would say I was getting to the point, I was probably like a half burnout, but I've gone to full burnout before. So I know, right? Like I've experienced, this is nothing new to me. When it's new to you, you don't know how to pace yourself as well. But going back to 2020, that was new to me. So you learn from your experiences. So my experience is make time for it, but don't make it like so that you feel obligated where you got to do it every day, right? Because if you have to do it every day and you're worn out, you're not going to enjoy it as much. We need to celebrate the small wins along the way. I'm guilty of this. I can tell you this. I have a real competitive instinct. It was probably ingrained in me at a young age, starting at like age 6, where I expected to win all the time, and that was it. So like if I won, I was satisfied, but I wasn't like celebrating the small wins. You know what I mean? If I lost, I was, really upset. And so you have to enjoy the wins along the way, but also you want to improve and you want to get to that point where you win the ultimate goal, right? But small wins along the way is how you get to that ultimate prize. And so we need to commend ourselves on the work we've done, and we need to be thankful to each other for the work and the time put in, because you see the results. And this is just the beginning of the results. And I always want more, but I also want to be mindful of the fact that we've accomplished a lot in a month's time, right? 30 days, other crypto out there, we would call them projects. This is an ecosystem. They would take, 6 months to a year to do what we've done in 30 days. So I recognize that. I recognize the results. I recognize the further results that we're going to have. And I just want you guys to, be happy with what we've done, but also we'll continue to grow this more. So I want everybody to know that as well. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'll put out a time when I know. It will probably be late afternoon, early evening, just to give you a heads up. So this is the second show this week. I'm going to give you a third one tomorrow. I'll give you a fourth one on Saturday as well. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.